You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Sure, you should. Was it this guy, Jim Acosta?
Quite the day. But as you could see earlier today, this was my last day at CNN, and I did want to jump on.
Wait, after this event, he got fired?
On Substack
Get
Live here
fucked.
for a moment and say, welcome to my new venture. I'm going independent. I'm getting like a 3 out of 10. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, this is a
Jim, you have
Substack.
the basic, which is you have the right.
That show sounds like using NyQuil to wash down an Ambien.
Yeah, like what
as in
the
there's
fuck was
nothing
I listening
newsworthy
to?
about either of them, and that was when he had the backing of CNN. So now, he's homeless network-wise, but I'm honestly worried he will one day become actually homeless. Before we go back to how
No,
it
it's
all
okay.
went down, make sure you like and subscribe for more
He was
clips like
stupid
this.
for what he is,
As
yeah.
even back in 2018,
It's his own
Jim
fault.
had a history of being a laughingstock.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let me ask,
much
if
better.
I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question. Mr. President, if I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question. Are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
President,
That's enough.
ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Even
That's
she,
enough.
she's trying to get the
If I
thing.
may ask on the Russia investigation, are you concerned that you may have
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
You
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down.
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President?
I tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
You're a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. God damn.
Working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked
shouldn't
up what
treat
she did to her.
In
Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts.
Well, I'm not a big fan of yours either.
He keeps digging himself a hole.
Faster, and as you can hear behind me, Wolf, the crowd is very fired up.
Oh, shit!
1,000 people in this room so far. They are right in the front score here, know exactly how they feel about what we're doing here, Wolf.
Hey, is this Jim Acosta?
Yeah.
Wow, fake news, Jim Acosta.
It's so sad
As soon as he said fake news, Jim Acosta, he turned away and you saw oh my god, the look on his face was fucking priceless. He's just like, oh.
News, Jim Acosta, everybody.
He got called out and he just had that look of,
sad, I
disgust.
honestly feel bad for the guy, because it's not like he was lying on behalf of the political establishment to gain some sort of institutional power.
He
No,
feels attacked.
He was parroting all their talking points as their most
Emotional
loyal, useful
damage.
idiot, completely destroying his reputation in news media, just to later become a useless idiot and be tossed to the side. Just like a certain lemon that went sour, but we'll go more into that later. As Jim Acosta got shoved off his nice 10 a.m. time slot, and instead of shifting to midnight, he just quit.
He just quit.
To bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all
I
of
mean,
that
the
in
reason
future.
why
He then later
he
announced
hates
he
you
was
so much is
going
because of the
independent,
shit
and
you
then
spout, and you
put out
guys
this
keep calling him
nonsense.
Hitler
Don't
and a
give
tyrant,
in is the message.
and a fascist, and a bigot, and a
And part of
xenophobe,
that,
you
Norm,
know.
I think starts with guys like us. You know, we're going to stand up for the truth.
I mean,
We're gonna
we
tell
we
people
could
what the
go
facts
on,
are.
right?
So in all fairness, nobody's first solo creative project is that great. Unless you're Justin Timberlake, Ice Cube, or Michael Jackson. Okay, musicians aren't a great analogy, but in news media, nobody's first show is really that well received. Unless you're Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, or Brett Cooper. Okay,
yeah.
maybe Jim Acosta just sucks. There's no hope for a 50-year-old
Yeah, Jim
dude
Acosta
that spent
just
the
sucks.
last couple decades making a career off of deceiving the public in order to advance the agenda of whoever was funding that garbage. Because he goes into the whole, we stand for the truth and the world needs guys like us, as if he's suddenly going to go through some epiphany after going broke. and not try to make a bootleg version of his old show without the institutional backing, having all that access and cash he used to benefit from, as his old salary at CNN was allegedly between $700,000 and $2 million. But then
I'm sorry, what? He was paid yearly of $700? That doesn't... Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
but then his
123 subscribers in just a matter of days as cable news continues its
brand new
decline.
Substack surprisingly got 123,000 subscribers in a few days. I was initially shocked to see this, as I thought Substack subs were like Patreon subs or YouTube memberships, where your subscribers get billed something like $5 a month, and at 123,000 subscribers, I'm not a math Asian, but that's like a lot of money. Very easily more than he was making at CNN, so I was about to congratulate him until I went to his Substack for myself and found there was a free option that gave you access to basically everything. Not to mention, apparently Substack has a huge botting problem that an awful lot of people are reporting. And when you go to his allegedly popular Substack, he had that old man ASMR for sleep he called the news.
Oh,
Then
Jesus.
these rambling walls of text I somehow doubt anybody is reading.
Oof.
www.creedthoughts.gov.
Oh, is this guy?
www.creedthoughts.
And if you're on CNN, you're sort of used to being able to spew out whatever nonsense comes across your mind in an attempt to lull your viewers to sleep,
Yeah,
so
I
they're
don't-
unable to change the channel. But on the hyper-competitive
Not a
place
lot
that
of
is the
people like to
internet, full of
do
viral
blog,
cat videos,
read
hot girls
blogging
doing
stuff
TikToks,
anymore
and
now,
direct
right?
news feeds from
Like
Twitter,
walls of
if
text
people don't
anymore.
actively seek your
People just
off-brand
like
content and
listening
get
to
pulled into
things
whatever
nowadays,
value
right?
you provide,
Audiobooks
you're
and
doomed
the
to
what
become the
and the
next
likes.
Don Lemon, as he also had a falling out with CNN 4 years ago.
This is the last night that we'll be CNN Tonight with Don Lemon. So I appreciate all the years of CNN Tonight with Don Lemon, but changes are coming, and I will fill you in.
Yeah,
And
you got
although he has
fired.
an
Get the
impressive
fuck out.
near 1 million followers on TikTok, he still struggles to scrape into the tens of thousands of views. Where hilariously, his most viewed video is because the thumbnail is of Charlie Kirk.
Charlie
and the bulk
Kirk,
of his
yeah.
content is street interviews.
Bland.
It's a horrible situation. I don't want anyone...
Like it's TikTok news. We get our stuff from TikTok. I think ICE is a good method for fear mongering.
Do you know anything about this deep seek that they just dropped?
No. I'm a loyal fan of ChatGPT.
And that's not me editing out his commentary or the value
I'm
Lemon
a loyal
squeezes into
fan
these
of
videos with his long
ChatGPT.
history of being on TV. No. He's literally an empty shell of a man, standing on TikTok and doing his best impression of every teenager doing street interviews ever, except nobody is watching. And it's sad to see someone going from $1 million salary, primetime TV, at the very top of his industry, to in just a few years, not just being a TikToker, but a failed TikToker. And the most pathetic part is not even his old co-worker Jim Acosta was watching, because if he was, there's no possible way he was quitting his job after seeing Don. Sadly, in this scenario, there's really no winners. Because back at CNN,
Yeah, I mean,
they're not
even
doing
right,
much better.
even their own co-workers don't even watch them when they fucking go independent.
The member of the U.S. military who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think
Oh,
with
it's
the
this
names of
bitch.
the people. You mean the names of the people that are on the plane? You think that's going to make a difference?
Does it comfort their families
They
to
are
hear you
a
blaming
group of
media
people that have lost their lives. If you want a list of the names, we can give you that. We'll be giving that very soon. We're in coordination with American Airlines. We're in coordination very strongly, obviously, with the military. But I think that's not a very smart question.
But are you
I'm
blaming-
surprised coming from you.
Are you blaming your...
Just something about Trump 47.
Got her.
Trump 45 was known for mean tweets and little quips here and there, but Trump 47 is about mass layoffs and reopening Guantanamo Bay, and we're just entering week 2. I wouldn't be surprised by year 2, the press room will have replaced CNN and MSNBC with Sovereign Bra, Alex Jones, and the Philly Fanatic, ironically giving us more trustworthy news sources in DC. As this chart comes comes as no surprise, as conservatives don't listen to the media, or else they would have voted for Kamala. But they even lost support from the liberals still listening, as just simple stuff like this cover from the New York Magazine, showing the cruel kids table, with the article talking about how a room of conservatives is all white people, conveniently using the bold title
yeah,
text
like
and
what?
clever cropping to omit anybody
Yeah, they crop
black.
people
The
out.
legacy media has literally become a parody of themselves,
Yeah,
down to the
basically.
stone-faced confusion when someone calls them a liar and fires them. Where I can't for certain discredit Jim Acosta's Substack subscribers, Don Lemon's TikTok followers, or even CNN's YouTube views. But everything about all their view, like, subscriber, and comment ratios makes zero sense. You can't tell me you have 10 million subscribers, 1 million views, and 100 comments. There's a lie somewhere in there, and it's not just in their news. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on how America is finally winning again, hopefully I've earned your subscription, and we can chat again soon.
Thanks, Mr. Decoy voice. Asian brother from another mother? Okay, I'm sorry. Trump, you fired. Jim thinks he's Tucker C. Nope. Yeah, that was weird what he was trying to do with Trump. That was so fucking that was like the most dickheadish thing to do. Like, why would you keep pressuring him like that? And then he told you to shut the fuck and sit down, and you just kept pressuring. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're retarded.